All right, guys, check this one out. So we got a van in at the moment. We're about to do a heap of work on this design behind me. Now, we're doing this for the insurance company. It is a redo job for another repairer. They've done a heap of work on this van and they haven't done a very good job. So it's definitely not up to standard and we're gonna make it heaps better. So check this one out. So now we'll start with saying, look, I'm not 100% sure on what work has been done by the repairer. I know the general areas, but I'm not gonna put full blame on anyone and I'm not gonna mention any names. But check out this sealant work on this H-mold at the front here. Now, would you guys believe that there's still water leaking in there? Amazing, right? J-molds as well. We got water leaking through the J-molds, damaging the cupboards inside. Now, I believe this whole front, roof and back was done. I believe, don't quote me on that. But look, if we start up here, let's have a look. It might be really hard to see on the camera, but this top J-mold here is wonky as. It looks like the ocean. There's nothing straight about it. And then right here, I might grab this ladder and grab this one. Oh, look at that join. Now you might see down the line of this, there's nothing straight about it. It's awful. It's wonky the whole way. So now the roof itself actually doesn't look too bad. So obviously it is a floating roof, but someone's had a bit of an attempt around the wine guard with a second seal. That looks a little bit average, but look, we'll jump down to the back. So once again, these molds here are leaking. We've got water leaking into the back. There is some other damage that we're fixing on the back here at the same time. Look, I don't know how far the other repairers have done on the back here, but I know these J-mods are leaking. Yeah, there you go. So come around this side. Now you might see this again. This mold up the top here, it's all wonky. As it comes down the back here, it's all wonky as well. There's a massive gap there with black sealant sticking out everywhere, which looks awful. Separation everywhere. The top mold along here, all wavy again. Let's have a look up here. I'll grab this. Look at that joint. So yeah, pretty awful. All the molds are just awful. So it's almost like they've had one technician come through, do all the roof and the panels and everything and did quite a neat job up there. But then they've had another one come through and do the molds and just stuffed it. So let's jump inside. How do you turn power on here?
Control button.
I'm fine in it.
Press the battery.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can see up the side there, we got some water damage. It's only light, it's only just starting. I'm not gonna say it's pretty bad, but it definitely needs some repairs done there, so. Under here? Oh, there you go. So you got some water damage in there as well. So it's only light damage. It's nothing that's major happening at this point in time, but we're gonna get onto this, fix it before it does become big issues because there is active water coming in through those molds. So we're gonna redo the job, get it all sorted. We're just changing all the molds in the front panel and the back panel, and we'll show you guys what it looks like when we open it up. Okay, there we go, guys. We have the front panels pulled off and the rear panels pulled off. Now, it's pretty messed up, so let me show you what we found. Front's not too bad, but we do have a fair bit of wood damage in this front corner here. So definitely what needs to happen is a good section, at least up to here. That staple line, which is the line of the cupboard, needs to be multi-tooled out, cut out, so we can replace the side timber here and this front timber here and a new panel there as well. So that definitely needs to be fixed. Also don't know what was going on here, but there was the tiniest, you can see on the edge here, the tiniest bit of sealant holding that panel, holding that water back there. So water was coming in there pretty bad and getting straight into that and probably running down and rotting this section out. So you can see how little a sealant there was really holding all that back. So look, come down the back, I'll show you the back as well. Now guys are getting ready to pull this wall out. So a little bit messy down here, but check it out anyway. Now, back mold here, J-mold leak, obvious as anything. I said that before we even pulled this apart, so did the other guys here in the shop. But you can see here, we've had heaps of water coming in through this J-mold, leaking down into the bottom here. This is actually super, super wet. Yeah, that's so moist. Yeah, right up the side there is water damage. on this side as well. So this is behind the shower, so not visible from the inside the caravan, but we've got that whole section here. Once again, J-mold leak. This has been leaking water and coming in, soaking all the wood in here. We got mold everywhere. This is probably the worst section in the van. Yeah, so looking at this, I may have done a video, I don't know if I posted it yet, showing the how we've had to remove the mirror on the inside so we could take the bike rack off. Weird design, but they've used MDF. So MDF should not be used in caravans. It is a highly porous material that soaks in water. It should be plywood if it's going to be any sort of material like timber or something like that. So don't know why the hell they've used that. Awful design in my opinion. We are not going to be putting it back in. We'll be putting plywood in there. You can see here where water has been getting in through the bike rack as well, and it's soaked up and swollen up that section there. So awful design. What we're going to do is, because instead of patching a section of this rear side here and patching a section here and then pulling this out, we're just going to rip the whole wall. It's not worth doing it that way. You're better off just doing the whole one big job, doing it once, doing it properly, and it's not going to have patches everywhere. So guys are about to rip this one out, get the whole thing out, and we'll show you what it looks like with it all off. All right guys, check this one out. So panels come out now, we've cut that one out, and have a look at the wood rot and the mold inside the wall here. So obviously you can see it all on the side of the panel we've just pulled out. But if you have a look up the side here, it's soft and it's just absolutely stuffed. It's all wet as well. Obviously you can't feel it, but I can. So what we're gonna have to do here is we've just taken a panel off the side here, which was similar to this piece of cabinetry. We're gonna get a new one of those made up, and we're gonna cut a section out of the wall. Might even have to remove this. Oh, we're not gonna remove that shelf. That runs all the way to the back. We're gonna have to work our way around this if there's no actual damage to it. We'll have to work our way around it. If it is water damage, it's gonna have to be changed. Cut this whole section out right down to the bottom, replace all this with new timbers, new white leather ply on there, and then rebuild all this section, making sure that when we put it back together, there's not gonna be any wood rot in there. Luckily, where this spot was a really nice, easy spot, because we could cut right along the main structure of the cupboard here, and that way we're not having to remove the whole frame. So we could rebuild a brand new one of those, fits in nicely, staples in really strong, it's gonna be screwed and fixed to the cabinets. So yeah, that's gonna be perfect. Come check out the back anyway, what we've done down there. So absolute mess, because we've just ripped all the wall out, so there's crap all over the floor, over the benches, literally dust everywhere. So now, Caravan's whole wall is removed, so we've ripped this whole thing off and ready to build a new one. But before we build a new one, we have to go and replace all the side timbers. So same as the front, but a hell of a lot worse down the back here. So we're gonna rip the ply off the side here, replace all of that timber up the side, which is just molded and black all the way to the top. It's disgusting. And the same on this side. So you can see that's that little bit of damage we could see inside the cupboard. You can obviously see the extent that it goes to now. So rip all that out. Realistically, it's not too hard a job once we jump into it this far. Replacing it's a piece of this really. So we'll fix all the wood up. Once all the side timbers are fixed up, we will build a frame for it, glue the frame up, and put it all back together, make it all look like it was never even touched. So awesome, we'll show you the next stage in a second. Oh, I already started. Yeah, good. All right. All right, guys, there we go. So front end's all fixed up now. We've got all that water damage repairs over that side done. Now I did get a little bit slack on filming the video on this one, but you know, the guys still had to work. So we got all the water damage repairs over there all complete, new checker plate on the front, and they were just about to put this panel on, and I ran over and was like, stop, I need to do a video. So you can see here as well, insulation, we ripped all that out and we put new insulation in there because it was all shit before as well. Look, it's pretty straightforward, this one. We're still working on the back, the frame's still getting built. So yeah, we'll show you this once it's all cladded, and I'll show you the back end once the frame's about to go in. All right, guys, there we go. We're on the back of the Caravan now, and we've just had the whole rear wall made and installed. So now this one here had a heap of water damage in the side there as well. So we had to go and cut a whole section out and replace all that down the side. So now the guys have been working pretty hard on this one, so they got carried away and did heaps of the work where I couldn't film. But look, I just came out and they were about to put some clad on it, so I told them to stop and we'll take a video first. So now we've got the bottom sheet all folded up, ready to go on. That's the black checker plate, and then it's got black composite and a black roll at the top there. So come together really, really nice. As you can see, all the timbers on the side here have been changed as well. Yeah. Pretty straightforward, this one. We'll get some clad on it now, and I'll show you once all the cladding's on. All right, guys, there we go. So the back of this van is all finished. So it's the front, but the back of the van here is all finished and looks really good. So it came up really nice. We've got the bike rack back on there as well. All the tail lights on. Pretty much everything as was standard we've done back on this. Making sure that all of our sealant work is really good. There's not going to be any water leaks. There's heaps of sealant in the molds at the top and the bottom. But look, another thing we added was this little light. So the customer wanted to add these cool lights onto it. So we've installed a switch in the back here, which turns on there. And then they are obviously fully directional as well, wherever he wants to put it. So that's a pretty cool little addition. We'll take you down the front. I'll show you that too. I'll jump here. All right, so you can see there, front end, once again, all looks back to factory. Nothing looks out of place. Everything is exactly the way that it was. And that's the way we do all of our work here. So we make sure that it looks like it's exactly how it was when it left the factory. And you can't notice that it's ever been repaired. So now this one here had the water damage over on this side, which we fixed all up. I think it was a section cut out there, and that was all replaced. And in doing that, obviously we had to take checker plate off, the composite off, all the mouldings, the whole lot, so, and redo it all. So, as well as adding the light on this side. So, once again, got a new light there. I'll switch in here. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Jump inside, I'll show you how it looks inside. A little bit difficult to see on this one because, well, it's all covered by cupboards and stuff, but brand new mirror in there and splashback. And inside the cupboards, obviously, all looks brand new. There's no water damage anymore, and it's all nice and neat. So this was the one that we had the bike racks mounted through the mirror, so that's why we had to take that mirror off. So once again, we built it back off a little bit, and what we've done then is mounted our bike rack just above the mirror and put these little covers over them. So it's all nice and neat. Now, I can't really show you up that end because there's so many cabinets and stuff in the way that you will just not be able to see the work that we've done anyway, but I can guarantee you it all looks nice and neat. So pretty happy with how this job turned out. As always, they look fantastic. Yeah, follow us for more.